welcome back. Today on the Hyper Chef, we're going to do something different. Today we're going to do steamed pearl meatballs. It is a Chinese dish that I learned to make years ago from my friend Sharon Kwan when I took Chinese cooking classes. So what we're going to start with is we're going to roll these meatballs that have a lot of different ingredients in them, and we're going to roll them in soaked sweet glutinous rice. But let me get the hot objects on first. The first thing you need are 2 links of Chinese pork sausage, and we're just going to cut them up because we're going to soak them in a saucepan, which I already have going on the stove, along with a bunch of dried Chinese black mushrooms. We soak these and then we're going to take the stems off. So I'm going to take these dried mushrooms. You need about 6. I always take extra. Man down. Oh, that's garbage. I always take extra because sometimes they don't always take. Some of them are too stiff. So while we're doing everything else, I'm going to drop this in the hot water and let them start to soak. So that takes a few minutes. Once that water's hot, you can turn it off like that and just let it go. Now, in the meantime, we're going to talk about the rice that becomes the coating. This is sweet glutinous rice. See this shape? It has like an oval shape to it. This is a very specific rice. It's available at any Asian grocery. What I've done is I've taken this sweet glutinous rice and I've soaked it in hot water for an hour. Now I'm just going to take it and I'm going to drain out the water. And then I'm just going to dump it out onto a cookie sheet with wax paper because we use it for the rolling later. So I'll let that go there. I'll spread it out a little bit. I'll let it start to dry out. And this is what we're going to roll our pork product in when it's done. Now let's talk about what else we need to do. We need to fix the pork. So what's going to go in there? 1 egg, a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of sugar, a tablespoon of thin soy. Thin soy is cooking soy as opposed to thick soy or black soy. And also in here is a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. And then we're going to add, now we're going to have to mix up some items. So we're going to put in here 1 container of water chestnuts, and then we're going to cut up 1 scallion. I already washed it. I'm going to cut into pieces like that, just like 3 scallions. Throw them in here. And then 2 to 3 slices of fresh ginger, which you see I already peeled the end of it. This whole piece of ginger was 40 cents. So you can cut it up. Ginger is delicious when you get used to it. As I learned in class, you start to be able to eat it. You can eat it without even, you can eat it raw, plain by itself. I can do that now. I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as the sausage and the mushrooms are soaked, I will put them in there, we'll make a paste, and then we'll come back and we'll finish making this up. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. I ground up the ginger with the scallion, with the pork sausage, and the mushrooms after I took the tough stems off. The stems you take off as soon as it's cool enough to handle. We're dropping this onto the pork, and we're ready to put the seasonings in. All right, so you don't want to waste any of this. All right, so we're going to put all this in. We need a dash of black pepper. Okay, that should do the trick. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna stir this up like this. We're just gonna incorporate it all. You wanna get that all that goodness mixed in throughout the whole thing. With all the fresh ginger and the sausage and the mushrooms and the scallion. Just gives it a very unique flavor, like nothing you've ever had, I can assure you. All right, now what are we gonna do with this? We're gonna take this and we're gonna roll into meatballs, and then we're going to roll it in the sweet glutinous rice, and then you're gonna put them into the Korean steamer that I have here, the steamer pan that has been lined with wax paper. And so I will continue to roll these. I'll do those in a minute. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you about the sauce we make. Now, let me just rinse my hands. All right. Now, the sauce, the dipping sauce for when this is finished, is Japanese plum sauce. So we're going to take that out, and we're going to put that into a little serving dish. You don't need a lot of it. It's just a little bit of an accent. And then, because you want to get a little kick, we're going to throw a little hot sauce in it. All right, and that's the dipping sauce, which is delicious. And I like to keep it ice cold until I'm ready to serve it. So, there, and that's finished. Let me taste. Perfect. Now, I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and I'm gonna continue to roll these, and when we come back, when they're done being rolled both levels, So you have 2 layers. And I put them over the bottom of the steamer. And once it comes to a boil, you leave it on for 30 minutes and they're done. And when they come out, the rice is glowing. And it's a wonderful, wonderful appetizer. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, these have been on for 30 minutes. Check this out. Look how the rice is now glowing. And then you just take them out carefully with the tongs and you put them on a platter. I'm gonna put 2 on a plate now. And then we're gonna finish them with a little drizzle of the plum sauce with hot sauce in it. And as we like to say on this show, mangia con buon gusto.